into the thing.
Okie doke. All right, Gary, what are we playing this week?
Well, Cole, look out. We're kind of going through this compound. It's how it's always been Gary versus Cole.
Oh, of course. Right.
Two forces, clashing continuously. But it's about time we've teamed up. And if you look out in the distance, there's a shape.
Whoa, I can kind of see it. That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, though, right? Like, what is it?
I don't know. It's
and like vaguely like person-like, but could also be kind of any kind of rectangle thing.
Yeah, it's kind of shimmering like a mirage. I don't.
Yeah. Well, once we eventually, we're gonna kill it, and then we're gonna get close to it and inspect the corpse, and that is going to tell us what game we're gonna do for the show.
How?
We don't know what it is. Oh, how are we gonna kill it?
No. I mean, how will it tell us?
We'll know what it is. It already is what we're going to do, but we haven't determined it yet. These long ago have stopped being randomizations, and they're just ways of revealing information.
Okay.
Let me get my carbine slingshot here, and zap it. Whip. Down it goes. I hope it wasn't somebody important that had a key for me or anything. Let's head on over. Together at last, teaming up.
I'm either walking or dancing. I don't know.
Yeah, this is well, you might as well enjoy your work. Weird. It's a GBA card.
Oh, that's it's kind of bizarre that we could see it from that far away.
Yeah, well, it's all distorted and it's kind of hard. My vision's not so great in my old age. What is this? This is Ballistics X versus Sever 2.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm all right with this.
Yeah.
I have no problem with this.
I think that Sleep-Deprived Gary is actually really, really kind of like more kind to things.
Oh yeah.
I think that we need to do this more often. I think that we would have a higher percentage of redemptions if you just kind of never slept.
It's I don't know if you heard it earlier where Will was trying to bait me into recording the Profaned Capital episode of On Fireside Chat again because it would make me cry, and he's 100% right. That would not end up resulting in me weeping about, guys, I just had such high hopes. I can't handle another disappointment.
There's so much potential there.
That's a good ending spot. My name is Gary Butterfield.
My name is Cole Ross.
And you're listening to Abject Suffering. It is the show where we play bad games, so you do not have to.
And this week we are talking about Ballistic X versus Sever, kind of an infamous Game Boy Advance game in that it is kind of like one of those early experiments in bucking the form of what you would expect to see on Game Boy Advance, and because it is tied up with an eminently shitty movie.
Have you seen it?
No, it's just one of those things you just kind of know.
Yeah, it's got a very bad reputation. It looks like Underworld without vampires or werewolves.
It looks like generic early 2000s post 9/11 action movie.
Yeah, the Wachowski brothers just throw themselves on a stage and set themselves on fire for the terror they have wrought.
Yeah, this is the Wachowski cousins. It's like the Randy Quaid to the Dennis Quaid.
We're kissing cousins. This is a real generic thing. I've not seen it myself, but I watched the trailer.
Yeah, we watched the trailer on the stream, and that was ridiculous to see.
It's not quite ridiculous enough too, and that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Now, not ridiculous. It is.
And this game is not infamous, but I've always wanted to do it because of things we have on the network that can cover Ballistic X versus Sever. This is the show that could do it.
Right.
I've always wanted to talk about Ballistics X versus Sever, and this is finally the way to do it.
I think you need to pronounce the colon.
Ballistic colon. My ballistic colon. I'm general shit. This is my ballistic colon.
That ballistic colon sounds like one of the worst euphemisms for IBS I've ever heard.
Do you mean personally? Like, is that
what?
Like, I think you heard the euphemism. I just hey, ballistic colon.
Yeah, no, my favorite is rock and roll colon. I've got a rock and roll colon.
Rock and rollin' colon.
Yep.
Like Rare Software with Snake Rattle and Rollin' colon.
Snake Rattle and colon roll.
Yeah.
Where you just shove the E up your butt.
Ding, 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 ding. It is infamous, but I'm going to go as far as to say that this game works absolutely as well as it possibly could.
Yep, it's kind of surprising. I think that the thing that doesn't hold up very well is the visuals, as the opening of the show kind of played off of. I think that it suffers for the resolution of the system, but like it plays like a perfectly competent, and I would even say like a little bit ambitious, like Doom or Duke Nukem 3D kind of thing.
On the Game Boy Advance.
Yes, you know, on a system that got copies of Doom and I think of Duke Nukem actually.
Yeah, there's a Duke Nukem 3D. Yeah. There are 4 buttons on the Game Boy Advance, and it somehow works. Like, this is a heroic B button. The service that the B button goes into in this game, heroic.
Gary, I'll be right back. Can you vamp? I need to get my sheet. I can't because of the setup, because we're recording this live, and the audio quality is not going to be that great because we're taking this audio off of Google Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't have a computer in front of me. I'm looking at my TV, and you're up there. I need to get my printout, like old style, like the old Teenage Dirtbags from the '80s. So I'll be 1 second. Just vamp for me.
Yeah, no worries. I can vamp. Hey, everybody. This is the first live Abject Suffering we've done. We talked about doing it in front of actual people and never done it. But we thought this would be a fun idea to get people to tune in, donate to our live stream. And this is for people for in the future when you're listening to this episode where it's like released just for patrons or released as a regular episode. This is during our 48-hour live stream, 2016 duck stream for the Transactive Gender Center in Portland, Oregon. It has been wildly successful so far.
Yes.
And we're halfway through. Hopefully, you know, that nobody just retracts all of their stuff out of like weird gotcha.
Oh no, like they do with some Kickstarter campaigns.
This is the Star Citizen of lives. We promised
the Star Citizen of helping children.
Yeah, we promised a lot. So yeah, we're trying to make it make sense for people in the future. And the other fun thing about this is Cole, relatively fresh to the fight.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
I would say so. I'm not as well rested as I would hope to be, or would have hoped to have been, just because I've spent a lot of time watching the show, and then also preparing for my own. So coming at it like I'm fresh. This is hour 0, Cole, and you are hour 24, Gary.
27.
27.
24 recording, 27 being awake.
Oh, yes. There we go.
So I managed to sleep in quite a bit, but it is a long time through. I managed to drink all 3 energy drinks at the time, as well as many Coke Zero Cherries. And lots of bad food. Like the first, I was just like, man, for the first 8 hours of this, I just ate chili. That was smart,
right? And chili, the magical thing about chili is that it's already pre-digested. So it pretty much just kind of sluices through you.
Yeah, it was what is it? Ballisticolin? What was I don't even remember.
Ballisticolin, you got it right.
Yeah. Pretty intense. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to being like jittery in bed until I can actually fall asleep and sleep in very late tomorrow.
Now, do you find that the cherry in the Coke Zero Cherry like activates the acid for you in there?
Oh man, I would say so. I think it's a nice little counterbalance to the umami of the Coke.
Oh yes, yeah.
The little soy, a little Coke Asian fusion soy sauce, glaze. It's the Coke Zero that doesn't instantly taste like poison once it gets warm at all. But Coke Zero does. But yeah, this is a fun experiment for being awake this long, and I feel better than I did last year.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, this has been better. I had a real grumpy moment. This time, no grumps.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. Do you think that was like preparation? Like, because I know, I think I remember you saying you kind of like shifted your sleep schedule a little bit, like in the lead up to it.
Oh yeah, I flexed. I flexed. I torqued. I torqued this real good, and then also just it going very well, and also just being around a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
It's here's where I'm at. Is we're in the middle of this thing at the beginning of it for you. It's a regular episode of Abject Suffering, but my temptation is to talk to you about the most recent noteworthy thing that happened to me, which is the last 24 hours, much of which you watched, and other people are watching this who have also watched it. So it makes no sense.
Definitely. Give me just like one or two highlights just for posterity, because I might not have been there. And also, I'm just curious.
Yeah, it was very fun. Steve hung out a bunch. Steve Gaynor decided to swing by.
What a hero! I was around when he first came by, like his first stretch, and then when he came back with sandwiches and salads.
Yeah, what a sweetheart.
Yeah,
What a good dude. Like we just kind of shot that shit, and he's a very funny dude.
Yeah,
he's very good. So that was really nice to see him. I like him. That was fun. And then very good on Brayton and Nick. Nick did the whole stretch with me because he's a super sweetheart and did a lot of the technical work. Very encouraging. So like those are kind of the highlights. Lots of goofs, lots of fun jokes, funny chat, good stuff. Like more people watched. It is as much as this is obviously just a good cause thing, it is another one of those we talk about when we do live shows. Those like concrete measurements of the network growing.
Yep.
They're very nice. Like we're not getting any financial benefit from this, obviously, but it does feel good. That's like, oh man, we built this is a bigger thing than it was at the same time last year.
Yeah, taking these as snapshots, like the rapidity with which we hit our goals. We outstripped our first year's performance within like an hour.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And I have no idea what to expect in the next 24. I hope you guys didn't use up all my juice.
No. Plenty of people were waiting to donate because they want to do your torture thing. And I'm joined by Brayton Cameron here as well.
Hi, Brayton.
Hi.
Brayton, 7 Mary 3.
X Sever
and ballistic.
Okay. I'm gonna 3X. Because that's the number of X's I have that live in Texas.
Ooh, the number of X's in your favorite kinds of movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna 7 ballistic.
Oh my god!
Because that's just how I roll.
That's just what you like.
And what do I got? Sever left?
You got to marry.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry Sever.
Yeah, Lucilla's a beautiful one.
Because Einstein. Or no, wait. Sherlock Holmes. That's what I meant.
Oh, sure. Yes, elementary. Thank you, my Moriarty.
It was a long loop. Okay, so Cole.
Yes.
Bone Thugs Harmony.
Okay.
I actually don't know enough about X versus.
So the Bone Thugs Harmony, Gant, the antagonist of the movie.
Okay.
The sniper rifle you get in the second level.
Okay.
And
the fountain that you can
that you can duck into in the first level.
Oh, the fountain that contains the entire sky, like the cover of Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication.
Yeah.
It's my Californication fountain.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one are you gonna bone? Which one are you gonna thugs, and which one are you gonna harmony?
Okay, I'm gonna bone Gant, just because it reminds me of Gantt charts, and that reminds me too much of work.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to thugs the fountain that contains the entire sky, because I want him on my side.
I knew you would, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm nothing if not predictable. I think that is my primary asset for the organization.
I meant like a high five kind of way.
And I'm going to harmony the sniper rifle, because I think that we're going to be able to make beautiful music together. Okay. Percussively. Let's talk about that sniper rifle. That's ridiculous the way that works.
Is that good?
It's such a good idea for that limited.
Yeah. Well, it does a zoom and enhance from Blade Runner. You can look around corners with it. It's so dumb.
All it does is activate no clip mode,
so
you can just run through the level.
You send your invincible avatar into the forward in order to shoot your enemies.
Yep. So realistically, it's more like a drone, like a limited range drone.
Oh yeah,
like Deus Ex or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But how inventive is that? Like, I don't just in this 2D/3D style old school thing to figure that out. Like, they were doing so much with so little in this.
Well, not only is the gun really good, but the levels are designed around it. So that first level, which is just about, you can tell that there's a little bit of care going into this, where it's like, first level is about telling the difference between civvies and targets, tangos and civvies, which ones you want to kill, which one you want to thrill. And then the second level is about sniper rifle tactics, where it's like, hole up in this this bunker and clear out your targets, like kind of stop and pop, And it's like, oh, are each of these levels going to introduce a new mechanic around a gun in the X versus Sever ballistic GBA game? Fuck me. Like, I did not expect that.
It seems like one of those things where it'd be too good to be true. And like after that, there's probably just like, oh, here's a rocket launcher you're going to be able to use. Yeah. And then they're just going to mix and match or, fall back to like mazes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer because you can only press B to cycle through your weapons in one order. And once you get grenades, it's very easy to blow yourself up.
Did he just fall back to maces and shit?
I think he said fall back to mazes and shit.
Oh, okay, good.
But he
Yeah.
did. He might have been talking about falling back to mace.
Oh, yeah.
You mean the Christian rapper?
Rapper.
I'm
Oh,
gonna fall back to Macy Gray.
I hope I don't. I pray I don't. Every day, every day, every day. We got separate.
Slipping into that, I think.
That's true. You mean slipping into it where I just turn into Macy Gray?
Yeah.
The
Oh
it's
no! The
Some
quickening
voice.
hits. Big.
This show,
Or Tom Waits.
this show's gonna be different.
A little bit more sultry, more smoky.
Yeah. Abject sultry smoke.
So let's talk about just the ridiculous premise of this, because for as generic as the entire story around the game itself is, you're just kind of like, oh, you're either X or you're Sever, and I think you're like going up against each other. The entire like production of this. So this is a transmedia property that started as a Game Boy Advance game, and they developed it like alongside this movie. So there was the first X versus Sever. Then like they developed the sequel Ballistic and the movie X versus Sever at the same time, and in fact they both have the same story.
The second game and the movie does.
Right.
Yeah. And they released, I thought that the game was supposed to be like a prequel thing, and they just ended up being released before the movie.
Yes.
Like, I don't think it started getting developed at that point, but it's very hard to tell. It's like a weird Euro action kind of thing. Like it's a, not to just bash on things with the Euro prefix. As
No. I mean, we've already established that Europe was a mistake. I think that we burned those
it's-
bridges.
It's true. It's super super weird in that, and it's also you can tell even the trailer like just says like they're enemies until they have to work together.
Sometimes your worst enemy is the only person you can trust. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. And those
Yeah.
weird like blue fire graphics that flew at the camera. But like don't tell us that happens, because the entire time when you're watching that movie for the first hour when they're fighting each other, you're just gonna be like fucking idiots. Like kill Gant. the bad guy.
Kill Gant.
Yeah.
Kill Gant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill Gant. Kill Gant. Kill Gant. Kill Gant.
So it is very European. I'm pretty sure it was shot like in like Eastern Europe, like a lot of low budget movies are. But it was directed by an Afghani or a Pakistani. Sorry for getting those mixed up. Director whose last name I can't pronounce, but that's good because he just goes by a pseudonym or by an abbreviation of his name, Chaos.
Yes. Directed by Chaos.
Hey, Chaos, can I take a can I take a bathroom break? Or can we take 5? Like, you need to break them up. I'm sorry, Chaos. I'm going to need you to sign these shot orders.
Chaos, I know your cousin's a DJ, but I don't want to go to the club after we wrap. Like, I can't do it. DJ Chaos. Yeah. Woof. In the trailer, I haven't seen the movie, but Lucy Liu looks more robotic than I've ever seen her in anything, and she's not known for acting. So
Right.
like just having her like be like a mannequin being pushed around on a dolly during the entire time, as far as feeling and emotion goes, does not help. The
Yeah.
trailer.
This is the second Lucy Liu property that we've covered on the show,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Between
Yeah.
do you think she is more animate in this or Charlie's Angels?
The game?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where she's doing all those weird like kick moves. And
Yep.
tail slices,
Yeah, we're just going to kick fight. That's going to be
thigh
fun.
swings.
Yeah.
Calf exercises.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So this is because it stars Lucy Liu and because the co-star is Antonio Banderas. That is the most early 2000s casting you're ever going to find.
Yeah. It just needs to have God, what's his head? Dr. Evil's son show up as the comic
Seth
relief.
Green.
Seth Green show up. Yeah.
Well, I think like Seth Green is like one of their hookups, like he's one of the street kids, or
Yeah.
maybe like he's a
The guy
little
who's
bit of
on
a
gadgets.
yeah, no, definitely he's a bit of a Q figure.
Yeah. The
It's like we said, Seth Green, poor man's Q.
yeah, it's the Capitan. Brayton brought up something very funny, is that Antonio Banderas has been getting younger since this movie came out. Because he also looks like a Madame Tussauds nightmare, like during this trailer. Like nobody looks good, and they're like legendarily attractive people. I mean, not legendary, like in the small villages across the United States. They speak the name Lou.
You hear tell they whisper in the corners of the village.
But Antonio Banderas, like classically like hot dude, right?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, like
it's one of those things where like I feel like his rise to power and prominence was part of that weird kind of like Latin revival that we had in the early 2000s, like along with La Vida Loca, Jimmy La Vida Loca,
and Macarena.
Yeah, exactly.
Those guys are hot.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Lou Bega.
Yeah, Lou Bega, the Latin revival. You know how bizarre. I'm a Barbie girl, like that entire area. Yeah, just wherever that is to the east.
That's
charms of Klaus from
yeah, a perfect
Also,
human
like,
being.
10 years separated.
Yes. Yeah, it was a long war. Yeah. But but yeah, it was he just and he looks so tired in this.
Yeah.
He's
approaching Pacino levels of tiredness, actually.
Yeah. Like, this is not my Puss in Boots. This is not what I want. Like, this is not what I want. But the storyline to this, and it's probably because of my tired state, I could not read it. Like, I read the first paragraph about 6 times on the Wikipedia, and I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, something's wrong with me. It's not just your
tiredness. It really isn't. There's something about the particular combination of words that made my eyes just kind of like roll off of it.
And nobody has a name. They all have like onomatopoeia.
Yes.
But they all seem like the things that pop out of Batman's fist when he punches one of the Joker's underwear thugs. Like, Gant,
and then when he tears off somebody's arm, Sever.
Yeah, just the person's name is Sever.
Yeah, the only thing that stuck out to me from the plot summary of the movie is the existence of a cardiovascular virus called Soft Kill.
Soft Kill, yeah,
yeah,
I like
that is just Fox Die, isn't it? Fox
Die.
I
was just about to say that's a Hideo Kojima like reject. They're just like scrounging around in the dumpster behind Konami and picked up Soft Kill.
Yeah. Speaking of Konami, this game was developed by Crab something. What?
Yeah, Crabulon.
Crawfish. There we go. Yes, okay. It was developed by Crawfish, which is like a boutique studio that kind of specialized in Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Like, they were active for like 4 years, and then they shuttered. But they did the X-Men Mutant Academy for Game Boy Color.
Oh, woof.
And also the Sum of All Fears Game Boy Advance game.
Huh? I did not know that was.
Oh yeah, well there definitely was a Sum of All Fears game, which that is such an amazing pair for this too, because again, generic early 2000s action property.
Is Sum of All Fears one of those movies where Harrison Ford plays President Grandpa? Like, there's that weird string of 2000 movies where like Harrison Ford is like an action president.
So you're thinking of the Jack Ryan movies.
Okay.
This is also a Jack Ryan movie, but it's Ben Affleck. And it's about, I think, it is about a nuclear bomb going off in Boston or something like that. That is the Sum of All Fears, is a nuclear attack on American soil.
Beantown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I might have just said Boston because of Ben Affleck.
Yeah. It's hard not to have Beantown on the brain when we got Affleck. What you're saying?
We've got Affleck. He's more relevant than ever.
Yes.
This studio also has 2 canceled projects, one of which is really weird. Like, their last thing that they had in development was a port of the 1991 Genesis game Gods.
Oh, weird. That is really weird.
And then they also were doing, and I remember seeing this in magazines, the Grand Theft Auto 3 port for Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
Yeah. Which there was no way that wasn't going to be terrible.
Yeah. Well, there's a GBA Grand Theft Auto, right? Is that Chinatown Wars coming out there? That's DS.
There's a Game Boy Color one that is an adaptation of the top-down 2D ones.
Okay.
And then there's like Chinatown Wars, which is DS.
Okay. Gotcha.
But that's also top-down and kind of adapted.
Yeah.
Better. I don't see this studio having the discretion to make something that actually is appropriate. I can see them shooting for the moon and falling into the fucking void.
Yeah. Yeah, the lake, the Sky Lake. Shoot for the moon, and it's a puddle. Fuck. Yeah, it's weird that the main kind of villain of this is Gant, and it's like the same like plot instigator of The Wire, which keeps coming up tonight, and like I just watched, and every time I read it, I'm like, why are they getting involved in West Baltimore crime? Yeah, you can't bring in the X and the Sever unit just because fucking Amsterdam failed. I can't do it. Like,
it is not advised. Not advised at all. Yeah.
How far did you get?
I got about as far as you did on the stream, honestly. I didn't get much further. I also was surprised at how well it played. I think that it suffers for emulation just by having it on a bigger screen. I ended up getting motion sick again. Haha, lol. Cole is a parody of himself. But the head bob combined with the low resolution and kind of the choppiness of it was kind of like, it's a little bit too much. It was making me uncomfortable to play.
Did you play X or did you play Sever? Are you an X man or are you a Sever man?
So because you played Sever, I played X. And you go through it's slightly different. Like you're going through a similar campaign, but like the actual play isn't that different.
Because I imagine the hand model is the same. That was like a really fantastic part. Is Lou's like gigantic meat hands in this game?
Yeah, she's got a pair of hooks on her. Yeah,
like she's wearing a gigantic man's hand as a glove.
Yeah,
like
well, no, it's
gloved and regloved.
Her Hulk hands got run through the laundry, except it was washed with the white, so it got bleached.
It is Breen's doing punch up on the episode live, so
cool. I like being edited on the fly. I think I really benefit from that.
It is it's pretty gross and also fantastic.
I don't know. So I had similar problems. It's very difficult to determine who's a civilian and who is an enemy. However, thank you, Mr. Holm. Gave $20.
Oh, thanks.
It's difficult to determine the difference. However, the civilians take an absurd number of shots to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a little bit like Rasputin. They just will not die.
It's like RimWorld. You can't blame them. They just model it after real life, man. Like, it's just, read his 17-page Reddit post about how it's not his fault. And thank goodness that's true, because otherwise, straight bullets would be the end of this game. Because if there's like an active Sever situation going down in your village, like you don't just run around with your arms up like the entire time, run back and forth in circles.
No,
like hit the deck. You guys have houses. I've seen them.
Everybody's got houses in this sandstone castle.
A pot to piss in and a pot to like eat dinner out of in this like video game village.
Yeah, it's like your toilet kitchen.
Yeah, your toilet kitchen, bathroom, basement.
Gary, I've got some Wikipedia said it best.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. The first level was criticized for having a difficult hedge maze that discouraged many gamers. The game reportedly lagged if many enemies and objects were on screen in certain levels. The sound effects were much improved from the first game.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Good job.
I love Wikipedia paragraphs that are nothing but just like, it's a little bit like Hemingway wrote them.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Raymond Carver's editor got a hold of this Wikipedia entry.
Yep. It's just three disparate, non-related ideas.
The sound design is improved, and that way the matter was settled. I was trying to find, it feels like there should be some GameFAQs gold on this. And there's some GameFAQs like interesting things, but again, I don't trust myself to know what is good or funny and what is bad.
I want to see what you found, actually.
Well, I just found one thing I have here that I kept open. But my favorite thing that I found, again, this is probably not the best thing. It's just what caught in the sluice of my broken brain. But this review by Durin, some nice ideas, but poorly executed. Just because he has this fucking asinine first paragraph. Note, my review scores use 5 as an average score rather than 7 to 7.5 as an average, as most people in schools do. Nope. That's literally what schools do not do. This is the opposite of which. Therefore, 1 is terrible, 3 is bad, 5 is average, 7 is good, 10 is amazing.
I use the entire scale. I'm not like your IGNs that only use the top 3.
Yeah, well, I mean that's one thing, but him just be like, no, I'm just like regular school thing.
Yeah,
50% is good. Yeah, dipshit. I'm angry now. I'm tired. I'm angry. Dipshit.
So I didn't find very much good stuff. So for the first X versus Sever game for Game Boy Advance, there was a GameFAQ that is possibly one of the most lovingly created things I've ever seen.
Okay.
Hey, Gary, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Did we lose me?
Shit, I can't hear you, Gary.
Oh no. What is happening? Let me see if this seems like. Oh, why does it say off air?
Oh no.
That's
Hey,
okay.
Gary.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it, buddy. Yeah, it says it puts me off air for some reason now. Why? Yeah, microphone's still picking up. But yeah, this is off air now.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's on the playback.
Yeah.
Test.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
He's not hearing you.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, hang up on it.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Hello. Is that working now?
Shit.
No, hi. What is going on?
It's so weird. Like everything looks to be working.
Yeah, nothing has changed.
Maybe
And
it's
if you
on
go,
his end?
there's a little thing here. If I do, so this is picking up the microphone there because words pop up there. And then save. Everything looks good. Unless there's like a pop-up I'm not seeing that wants my attention. I don't think so, though.
Oh, what is it? It does say pop here.
Close this. All right. Cole's got an idea.
Like that's picking up, right?
Yeah, if you go into the settings. So if we look right there, those little arrows next to the. Yeah, microphone's picking up. Might be something on his other computer they had doing something. So I think that might be what's going on. Now I can't.
Oh,
hear.
now we can't hear you at all. Can you hear us? Hey. Okay, yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, go ahead and type it. Or...
Wait, now I can hear you. Wait.
Oh, no,
we
you
can hear you.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Woo, sorry.
Well, that's okay.
I have no idea what happened. Okay.
Weird.
Well, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Everything looked good here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give us a clean edit. Sorry about that, people who are watching. No idea what happened.
People in the future will have no idea.
Yeah.
In fact, let's workshop jokes for a couple weeks and cut those in there in the blank space.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be good. No, so I'll pick back up describing. So one of the other things I found here is possibly one of the most lovingly created facts that I've ever seen.
Okay.
It was for the first X versus Sever, just because I've started looking around for adjacent things. It has every single line of dialogue written out.
Okay.
It's like a full game script of like every single briefing within each level, along with like step-by-step instructions. And it's out of Singapore, which I understand is like Disneyland with corporal punishment. And so I'm just wondering, hey, Singapore, how's it going?
Yeah, is everything all right?
Yep.
You see, like, excuse me, like Clippy pops up, and it's like, you seem to have made a loving, complete fact for X versus Sever. Are you?
We have alerted your local authorities.
Are your well-being checked? Are your parents fighting Singapore? Yeah, that's something.
There's a review title that I liked. It has everything you'd expect from a console shooter.
Yeah, capital letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that message board thing too, where it's like, hey, a speed run for the game. And then the content of it is like, I don't have one. I just need someone to put one here. Please put one here. Bump, bump, bump.
The
It'd be cool if someone put here one. Bump. Like,
Yeah. This is Google, right? GamePacks is Google, right?
Yeah, boy.
Right.
Yeah. What a sad child.
And then there's another one that's just a title, Ninja on Fire, with a thread titled, "This game was sick back in the day. Nothing in the body of the message." And their SIG was "Old Home, questionable materials, protect your family, asbestos mesothelioma.blogspot.com."
Yeah. Did you go to their asbestos blog from that? Like,
I didn't go to the asbestos blog.
oh man, you would have got some asbestos facts, Cole.
Well, he's a ninja on fire. If he had asbestos, that wouldn't have happened.
You know what? I can't argue with that. Yeah. Ninja not on fire, but with terrible strand. Like asbestos is fucking weird, man. The way that actually, like, you're just breathing the substance which coils around your lungs, like.
Yeah. Well, also asbestos is a substance that you mine. Like it's an actual mineral kind of thing, which is crazy. And also it's sprayed, I guess.
Yeah. And then hardens. Yeah. It has like more states of matter than matter. It's like a Rob Zombie song, but for like matter.
Yeah.
but for fire retardant materials.
I have no idea. Like I like Loopy Gary, but I have no idea what that means.
More human than human is a Rob Zombie song. Right?
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
That's true.
Yes.
Everyone, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know, Cole.
Makes sense,
It's
Cole.
at least a white
Okay,
zombie song.
it's at least a White Zombie song. Thank you. It's House of a Thousand. Okay.
You're talking like Donald Trump right now. You're not like assembling sentences. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I've lost the ability to do it, and it all makes sense. It's a lot like being certain kinds of drunk or stoned, where like it makes sense when I say it. Like I have that immediate like, you know, neurons connecting, and like, oh, this would be the thing to say now, and then I say it, and I get the good feeling that comes with saying something, but nobody reacts, and it's very weird. It's like a Twilight Zone episode of like being surrounded with a conversational pillow that just like keeps, you know, puts a layer of fluff between me and everything.
No,
It is
it's like, okay, so picture there's a wall and there are a bunch of like lights on the other side, and you can like control and connect the lights. People on the other side, they only see like the different things go off without relation. You see how everything's connected there.
yeah. And I'm just screaming on the other side of the wall.
Help,
And
understand me, please. But
It's a soundproof torture operating chamber that I have, like out of a hot shit video from the future.
Yeah.
And like it just
you're like that guy who toured with Radiohead for a
Oh,
while,
yeah.
like in the Kid A era, who just like played the switchboard.
yeah. You know, I think that might be a good end as we approach 7 o'clock. It might be time to call it for this
Yeah,
of interest only to patrons and Patreon exclusive episode. I think
I think so. Yeah.
probably a good idea. But thank you for listening to this, and thank you for staying up with me and staying up and watching the stream. Means a lot to me. And
And me as well.
yeah, it's gonna be great. And that I'm gonna wake up and check in on you, Cole.
Okay.
Make sure everything is going good.
Please do. Make sure I'm not dead.
Yeah, man. Boy, woof. Yeah.
Here's
be hard.
Cole. Dennis is here picking it up. Hey
Oh,
guys,
I
welcome. Oh, it's all the boys.
It's the guys.
Hi, and I'll
Bye.
say bye.
Also,
And
bye.
Thank you
Oh.
so much for everyone that donated and took part in the stream and kept us company throughout the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
And there's two very special people I want to thank. One of them is Antonio Banderas,
Okay.
and the other one is Lucy Liu.
Yeah, literally a Lucy Liu bot. I
Yeah,
watched that
Lucy Liu
episode of
bot.
Futurama yesterday.
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah.
Lucy Lubot. So thank you guys very much. And this show, if you're listening to this, you got it on Patreon.
Mhm.
We don't need to bork to you anymore. So thank you very much for
Yeah.
downloading and
But
supporting us.
definitely check out my Patreon, Patreones. No,
Patreones,
Patreones, that's what it was.
Patreon.
Patronage, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any more details?
No,
No, that's it.
Don't check that out. It's not a real thing.
Oh,
But cool. Best of luck to you.
yeah, man.
Thank you.
We'll
Yeah.
all be tuning in and cheering you on. So
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward
not
to
for
that.
the next couple hours.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, so everybody who's watching right now, stick around. I will be back probably in about like 5 to 7 minutes as I get things switched around from live podcast mode to Resident Evil mode, and we're going to just fucking blow the hinges off this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Starting with 0, brave man.
I know, right?
keep-
Yeah, I'll talk more about that as we go along.
Yeah, I don't want to burn cast. Orb says goodbye.
Oh yes, you've noticed that I have had Orb also on
I
the
like
other.
Orb down there.
Yeah, you can tell it glowing on your face. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
they're like friends.
No,
Oh,
like this is actually like these are lights. These are lights that are on
He's got an
cycles.
orb. Yeah, he's got an orb down there.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, adorable orb steps.
Yes.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Okay. Go get some sleep, you guys.
Bye.
Fantastic job.
Good night.
And again, everybody will be back around here real soon. You're going to see me get up and go, and then I'll be back just a couple minutes. Bye.
Mombasa.
Bye.
Mombasa.
Bye.